Welcome to Monique Jordan's channel. Please like, share, and/or subscribe for more videos. Oh, and leave us a comment if you like what you see. Much love.
So sit back, relax, kick your feet up, and most of all enjoy. Much love.
Easter, principal festival of the Christian Church, which celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ on the third day after his crucifixion. The earliest recorded observance of an Easter celebration comes from the 2nd century, though the commemoration of Jesus' resurrection probably occurred earlier. The English word Easter, which parallels the German word Ostern, is of uncertain origin. One view, expounded by the Venerable Bede in the 8th century, was that it derived from Eostre, or Eostri, an Anglo-Saxon goddess possibly associated with spring and fertility. In the modern era, the connection between Eostre and spring has been disputed. She may have been a local protective deity rather than a fertility figure. This view presumes, as does the view associating the origin of Christmas on December 25th with pagan celebrations of the winter solstice, that Christians appropriated pagan names and holidays for their highest festivals. Given the determination with which Christians combated all forms of paganism, the belief in multiple deities, this appears a rather dubious presumption. There is now widespread consensus that the word derives from the Christian designation of Easter week as an albes, a Latin phrase that was understood as the plural of alba, dawn, and became Eosterum in Old High German, the precursor of the modern German and English term. The Latin and Greek Pacha, Passover, provides the root for Pax, the French word for Easter. Fixing the date on which the resurrection of Jesus was to be observed and celebrated triggered a major controversy in early Christianity in which an Eastern and a Western position can be distinguished. The dispute, known as the Paschal controversies, was not definitively resolved until the 8th century. In Asia Minor, Christians observed the day of the crucifixion on the same day that Jews celebrated the Passover offering, that is, on the 14th day of the first full moon of spring, 14 Nisan. The resurrection, then, was observed 2 days later, on 16 Nisan, regardless of the day of the week. In the West, the resurrection of Jesus was celebrated on the first day of the week, Sunday, when Jesus had risen from the dead. Consequently, Easter was always celebrated on the first Sunday after the 14th day of the month of Nisan. Increasingly, the churches opted for the Sunday celebration, and the Quartodecimans, 14th-day proponents, remained a minority. The Council of Nicaea in 325 decreed that Easter should be observed on the first Sunday following the first full moon after the spring equinox, March 21st. Easter, therefore, can fall on any Sunday between March 22nd and April 25th. Eastern Orthodox churches use a slightly different calculation based on the Julian rather than the Gregorian calendar, which is 13 days ahead of the former, with the result that the Orthodox Easter celebration usually occurs later than that celebrated by Protestants and Roman Catholics. Moreover, the Orthodox tradition prohibits Easter from being celebrated before or at the same time as Passover. In the 20th century, several attempts were made to arrive at a fixed date for Easter, with the Sunday following the second Saturday in April specifically proposed. While this proposal and others had many supporters, none came to fruition. In 1955, the Roman Catholic Church set the time for the vigil at 10 p.m., which allowed for the Easter Mass to be celebrated after midnight. In the Orthodox traditions, the vigil continues to be an important liturgical event, while in Protestant churches it is little known. By the 4th century, the Easter Vigil was well established in various liturgical expressions. It was characterized by a spirit of joyful anticipation of the resurrection and, because of the belief that Jesus' second coming would occur on Easter, the return of Jesus. In the Roman Catholic tradition, the vigil has 4 parts: the celebration of lights focused on the Paschal candle, the service of lessons called the prophecies, the administration of the sacraments of baptism and confirmation to adult converts, and the Easter Mass. The use of the Paschal candle, to denote the appearance of light out of darkness through the resurrection, was first recorded in the year 384. By the 10th century it had gained general usage. The prominence of baptism at Easter goes back to early Christianity, probably the 4th century, when baptism was administered only once a year, at Easter. In the Roman Catholic service, the priest blesses the water to be used in the forthcoming year for baptism, with the faithful taking some of that water with them to receive protection from vicissitudes. All Christian traditions have their own special liturgical emphases for Easter. The egg itself became a symbol of the resurrection. Just as Jesus rose from the tomb, the egg symbolizes new life emerging from the eggshell. In the Orthodox tradition, eggs are painted red to symbolize the blood Jesus shed on the cross. The custom of associating a rabbit or bunny with Easter arose in Protestant areas in Europe in the 17th century but did not become common until the 19th century. The Easter rabbit, or Easter bunny, is said to lay Easter eggs as well as decorate and hide them. In the United States, the Easter bunny also leaves children baskets with toys and candies on Easter morning, a tradition enjoyed by non-religious families and Christians alike. The practice has been seen as a manifestation of the Protestant rejection of Catholic Easter customs. In some European countries, however, other animals, in Switzerland the cuckoo, in Westphalia the fox, brought the Easter eggs. Easter egg hunts are popular among children in the United States. Modern egg hunts often involve real and plastic eggs, the later being filled with candies or small toys.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you come back soon. Until the next time, much love.